Hello and welcome. We're starting off week two with a really strong match between two of the Titan teams coming in to this league. Those two teams are going to be Strong and Luke Moment. Now, these two teams are some of the highest rated that we've got in this higher bracket, so in the tournament as a whole. This hopefully should be a really competitive match.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and of course, it was my kind of debut for this league as a caster. Coming in and casting two of the greatest teams in the league, as you said, is a bit daunting, but I'm excited to get into it because it's probably going to be a great match considering well, when you take two massive names and you put them up against each other, great things normally come out of that, and I'm sure they will today as well.
Mm. Now, I've done a bit of research into both of these teams. Strong, in fact, having a bit of a record in the fact that they came fourth in one of the Zotac Cups, which is an EU-based tournament system, similar to this one. And they came fourth with only teams like Shoes EU Money Crew coming in second. So honestly, they went into like a pretty stacked tournament and they got a decent result from it.
Yeah, and I mean, I expect massive things from them today if they are going to be going into like a tournament with a really big name, and being able to come even in top 10 is impressive. And I mean, I don't really know too much about either of the teams at the current time, but I do know that neither of them have lost a match in the league so far, and obviously one of them is going to lose today, so that's going to be the end of someone's streak and a continuation of the other streak, and it's going to be quite difficult on the mental for whichever team loses because when you go on a massive run and you beat team after team and then suddenly you go up against someone who might be as good or even better than you, it's quite shocking, and it might be a bit of a shock to the system of all the players as well, and maybe even the management of some of the teams.
This is very true. Luke Moment, I believe, have only ever dropped one map in this total tournament, playing 3 matches so far, and then Strong not dropping a single map yet. I think I may have got the names mixed up, but I mean, like you said, they haven't lost yet. They don't know what it's like. So
Yeah.
one of them's got to lose today, unless they changed the game and we didn't quite notice. But yeah.
Yeah, of course, and it's quite easy for a team who's like never lost him up such as strong, to come in maybe lose the first map and then feel awful and just kind of maybe soft throw for the rest of the game because you just don't feel as good enough as you normally would, and you just kind of start playing badly and you just get off your game. And for the other team, obviously that's going to be great. But hopefully for both of these teams' sake, that's not going to happen today, and it's going to be a fair match where neither team gets heavily affected by mental.
Mm, I very much agree with that. I do think that honestly, Luke Moment has a bit of an advantage coming into this. That's mostly because um, Strong have kind of shown that they prefer this one style of composition with the Wrecking Ball, and I think maybe there's a chance that the coaching staff will be able to, think of a strategy to go against this.
Yeah, and comms wise, we are seeing pretty much a base
Oh,
kind of watch point Gibraltar comp for the side of for the side of sorry, I'm gonna need to remember these names real quick. For the side of Luke Moment, there we go. And on Strong, this is a bit of an interesting comp for this map. I mean, it's still dive, which is expected, but they're playing kind of like Korean Rush, except with a ball instead of a monkey, which is quite interesting.
mm. I believe DJ Level is a bit of a Wrecking Ball specialist, so I'm gonna want to see how he comes into this. And as you see, he's gonna come in with the slam straight away. He's gonna get his shields up with 3 people. He's up to 800 health, which is quite impressive. In the dive, Viper managed to get a pick onto the Ash. Kua is nowhere to be found anymore. The Brig's in danger. She's shot in the corner, but she's managed to get some peel. But Viper doesn't care. He's gone on a bit of a rampage. He's found 2, but one on the Ash and one on the Brig. He's got the Ana down to half. She's in server room, but I guess she must be lagging a little bit because she's just taken out. Shred Heat is out now. Faith is going to trace a diff him a little bit, and Sclaret on the Winston is now out of the match. DJ Level prevailing in that main tank attack.
Yeah, and Faith getting a lot of picks there, but the fight is going to kind of continue on with a bit of cleanup here. Just pretty much just Strong, just trying to take out the rest of Luke Moment, but there is going to be a bit of a comeback here for Luke Moment. They're going to be pushing back onto the point now.
Yeah, very much. DJ Level finding himself at half. That Moira struggling to keep him up, but not anymore with that Coalescence is coming out. They're going to reply with a Diva Bomb onto point, and it's going to take out Nutella entirely. The sell-by date is off. Webbs is going to get taken out by Nanook on that Diva, so now there's no off-tank for them. Webbs did manage to get a big pick with that Diva Bomb, but the high noon, what time is it? It's 12 o'clock, and Nanook is going to get taken out in his Beaver Diva form. Both off-tanks are out of the field as the moment, as by the looks of it, Luke Moment are going to hold point A.
Yeah, that was nicely played by Luke Moment. After Viper got those 3 picks at the start, I did think that it was going to be leaning heavily towards Strong, but Luke Moment came back and they recovered really well and really quickly. In the same way that Luke Moment, sorry, in the same way that Strong are doing now, getting back into the fight as quick as they can, really. And ults-wise, we're going to see quite a lot from the side of Luke Moment, and only 2, maybe 3, nah, 3 with the Blade on the 4 with the. Oh, I'm wrong, but already a Blade coming up on
Oh
the
my
side of
god.
Strong.
Yeah, just as you said, that Blade coming up available to Booker. He's going to get that Mercy Pocket to try and keep him up. The Monkey goes low, but does manage to find himself to get away. Then Anna did get picked off there, which meant no Nano was available to Booker. Probably wasn't needed there, so fair enough. He's gonna try and get this Tracer away from point as he now moves to the point to try and clear out those tanks who are trying to contest, stopping his team from having it out. The Winter's going to go deep, but Booker manages to reply to that with a nice dash through, and Viper's going to help him finish him off. Faith is out with a fight for this battle, so now Viper just has no Tracer to try and deal with him. He's going to try and take out the Brig as they cap out point A and move on to the inside area.
Yeah, that was a really nice cap there from Strong. They just kind of pushed straight into the whole of the team of Luke Molan and didn't allow anything to happen. And both of the Trace on both sides are playing really quite well at the moment. Viper was getting a lot of picks at the start of that round, sorry, at the start of that point, and start of the couple fights, and Face is playing really quite well here, and we're gonna have that high noon coming through here from Luke Moment, and that could be quite a big ult. And we're also going to have already a bomb coming through. I was about to mention it, but already going through. Oh, that's a nice pick.
Oh, what a shame. He sent it up into Spaceship, and Kua on the McCree gets picked off as Faith goes down. Webbs is going to try and answer and say he's not the only diva on the server, and he's going to get that pulse bomb away from Viper. The Genji, Booker, is going to find a pick onto Anna. Shedhead is now out of the fight for now. That's a lot of sustain gone. The Brig being the only healer on this front line, but he's just going to clear a point, and there it goes. They might
Yeah.
out.
And that eat from Nanook was so detrimental for the side of Luke Moment, because that bomb that pulse bomb could have been really changing. But already a lot of ults coming through and a lot of picks from both teams.
That Genji Blade, I didn't even notice him get it back so quickly. He just completely interrupted you, which is quite rude of him, to be fair.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but it is going well for the side of Strong, and although I was interrupted there by that Blade, it worked out really well for them, and they of course got the point. And we're gonna now see do you see that mines coming through from DJ Evil on the side of Strong, and that could be quite maybe a changing point, maybe a tilting point for the side of Strong if Luke Moment do try to cut this back. But both tank ults for the side of Luke Moment here, and that could be quite a strong ult. And Monkey's already going to go in straight into the backline. Yep, use his prime rage there.
Oh, well, he's going to have the engagement advantage, but Ball, just like you said, with that minefield, is going to go into the back, and Booker is going to help DJ Evil try and clean it up, as, you know, his minefield just puts so much pressure on the support line.
Yeah, and that minefield was perfectly placed there, just cutting off pretty much the whole backline of Strong, not allowing any of Luke Moment to get that. With that, yeah, I believe that was a change or maybe a misclick. I'm not sure why the deep bomb was used there. I think that might have been a remake as well. But either way, we're gonna see the nano blade and the bomb coming through from Strong here. Oh, finds three!
Oh, finds three! My god, man, and Booker's gonna try and finish it up with his blade. It didn't get much value because the Brig shut it down, but, you know, towards the end, when the Brig was out of the fight because of the bomb, he's just gonna go wild. He gets a nice pick on the Tracer, all based off of Nanook's huge Diva Bomb towards the end.
That was an incredible bomb, perfectly placed there, and somehow able to find 3 in the backline. Wow, that was a really clean bomb from Nanook there. And I think you might have caster cursed it here, and I might be caster cursing it now by saying this. But at the start of the round, you did say it might be leaning towards Luke Moment, but from what we saw there, Strong really took that and grabbed that by the neck and just threw it around and threw Luke Moment on the ground and didn't allow him to do anything with quite a good time bank of of 2 minute 30, and I would be happy if I was strong in this situation. But I'm sure Luke Moment do have the power and the strategy to come back and maybe take it with a bit more time.
Mm. Luke moment, like you said, kind of being pushed up against the wall, but the sign of a good team is to be able to learn from your enemy and adapt to their play style. I really hope that's what we're going to see from Luke moment coming up here.
Yeah, and as you were saying at the start of the game as well, we do have a bit of a bull specialist on the side of strong, so I assume Luke Moment are going to be expecting that, and are going to try and counter that because that was a really big issue for them there, and the ball was just like kind of detrimental to the play. The dive was so intense and so quick that they didn't really have time to counter that at all. But
Mm.
of course the typical double bubble here. Sorry, not double bubble. We're gonna see the typical dive here for this map with the monkey and the diva. I mean either dive or double bubble, but already a soft engage gonna come through from Scarlet there. Not gonna find anything really, but maybe charge up ult a little bit to 6% there, and already
Oh,
getting taken out there. Wow.
very true. The ball goes for a very aggressive push onto the brick and he's trying to pick off of it. He gets slept immediately, but the Web's just struggling to stay on the side of the map. He's going to fall to the Pharaoh, who managed to get 80% to barrage.
Yeah, and it's so quick pace if you're playing the ball here, and it's really difficult to counter this because you pretty much have no time to regroup here because the ball on the other team is just taking the whole of your squad out by the time you can even regroup. But already a soft engage coming through from Scarlet. I'm not gonna find too much, but they are gonna target their ult here to 60%, and we're already gonna have that barrage gonna be coming through here, and looking for a barrage, I think, if you are strong, but nothing gonna come through here.
Found a bit of a panic, but he's going to go in nonetheless, and he's going to find two by the looks of it. He did so much damage there as Viper comes in with the pulse bomb to try and clean up. Sheto's going to fall to that pulse bomb. The res onto Bucket is going to come out, so now they have that Pharaoh available for the rest of the fight, but Diva's just going to fall, and that's the fight there.
Yeah, that was really nicely played from Strong. I mean, sorry, not from Strong, from Luke Moment, because they took that and they really tried with that, and they just weren't able to push it all the way. But it was like a good attempt at countering the bull comp and the far comp of Strong there, but nothing too much found. And not really too many ults from either side. Shredhead is gonna have that nano, which is probably gonna go to Scarlet with that primal rage as well here in this next fight. As I do dive in, I assume the nano is gonna come through quite soon.
Well, we'll just have to see. By the looks of it, he's going to go with the Primal. He's going to try and jump on the Moira, but with that Moira, it's so hard to keep it down into one place. He's going to try and deplace the Pharah to try and make that McCree get as much value as he can, and he does. Mercy off the Pharah is going to fall, and then McCree soon follows up onto the Pharah himself, completely negating the Far Mercy for this fight. The Tracer's going to try and get a pick onto McCree, but he doesn't even miss! The man doesn't miss. He hits a shot onto Viper after, just taking out the Far Mercy and also finding an initial pick onto the Wrecking Ball. What a
Yeah,
great
and
performance McCree there.
that was really nice. I mean, normally the nano would tend to go into the monkey in this composition, but throwing onto the Kree was perfect. Perfect calculation with the perfect calculation from Shredhead, and it worked out really well. And that's gonna be a pulse bomb user, and a bomb as well coming through from Strong here. Not gonna find too much, but it's gonna zone out Luke Moment a little bit there.
I'm surprised they used so many zoning ults so early on in the fight, but by the looks of it, it's not going to matter much as the Moira goes down. That's a lot of healing gone. The pulse bomb's going to come out onto the Diva. She can't eat it this time. She's full. Faith is going to take out that Nanook on the mech. It is out for this fight. Viper's in the backline and he gets a pick onto one of the supports, but the supports follows up with a pick onto the Diva. And then Viper's just going to take out the brick himself. Who cares that he counters him? He doesn't. Scarlet's going to find a pick onto the enemy main tank so that they have a slight advantage, but with no healers, they're going to really struggle to sustain this fight.
Yeah, and this is a difference between both of these comps. If we look at the comp of Strong here, I mean they have so much CC, they have so much zoning ability with the bull, they have the Far, which completely zones out the entire sky for Diva and for the monkey, if you're Scarlet and Webs, and it's so difficult to counter that. I mean Diva does counter it and so does McCree, but I mean Booker isn't having any of it, and already a few picks coming through for both teams here.
But by the looks of it, Luke Moment is going to get an extra one on top of, like, he's the Kree. He did take the Nano just like he did last fight. He finds a pick onto the Tracer and the Pharah, I believe. Now he's on high ground. He's just going to be able to get so much Nano as he finds a pick onto the Diva. She is now out of mech. The Mercy Falcon's is going to end, and we're going to see if they can manage to push it out and get to point C.
But people are still coming through to the end of the fight here, and I don't know why Barrage was here. They're on a bomb to remake their VR webs, and you know that was a well calculated bomb. Gonna get quite a lot of damage off with that remake. I'm not sure how that came through, but just a bit of
Yeah.
skill now coming through at the end from Strong.
Luke Moment have definitely the advantage this fight, but I mean, if they keep contesting like they are currently, they might get a recontest in from the defending side. Baby Diva is going to get cleaned up as Winston returns to his team on critical health. The Kree trying to take him out, but do you think they can contest yet?
I mean, clearly they can. As wow, that's really nice with the bug just coming through right at the end. And that's one of the benefits of the comp here.
Oh, on 0.09 meters, the Winston is going to try and, you know, get some, shut down the Kree on that high ground, but Booker doesn't care. He's going to pop the high noon. He's going to get the Diva out of mech. Viper and Nutella are both down, so that's a lot of, you know, momentous heroes taken out for the defense here. Scarlet on point, trying to shut down that Wrecking Ball. He's been alive since they started contesting, and there they cap it out and move on to point C.
Yeah, but that was a really huge stall from Strong there. I mean, they pretty much drained down the time bank, so Luke Moment aren't even going to be able to get anywhere near the time bank that Book. What? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Booker here. Anywhere near the time bank that Strong have when they came on with that offense, and you know that was well played by Strong. But I mean, Luke Moment have played it pretty well here as well. I mean, they've lost quite a few fights here and there, and Booker also kings back onto the far from the Kree, and bomb coming through. Not gonna find anything, but a remake bomb as well coming through there from Webs.
Viper's on that high ground trying to take out the Baby Diva after he got DMX'd by that bomb. He's now just kind of hiding at the moment, just trying to, you know, look for a pick potential. He's found one on the Ana, he's gone for the stick, and he actually hit it, the mad lad! He's gonna get a pick onto the Ana, that's a lot of sustain now gone. They only have the Mercy, but there's a chance they might get the res through, but McCree is gonna fall to the mines that are placed down on point by BJ Evel. He's now gonna try and, you know, get that boop onto Scarlet as he falls off the map, and the attack is now over for Luke Moment.
Yeah, and I mean, Bucket is playing quite well right now. I mean, I've noticed that they're changing between Kree and Pharah quite a little bit recently, and I'm not really sure whether I like these changes because you know they're getting so hard countered with the Pharah from Webs and from I'm not gonna try and pronounce that Kree's name because I will fail. But already the Nano comes through onto the monkey there.
Oh, you're right, and he's going to try and take some space with that 50% damage reduction is helping him take that space. The shield is now down, and by the looks of it, a lot of his health bar is as well. He's going to get the nade, and he's going to survive that engagement. The McCree booped forward by the Wrecking Ball. We're going to see, I think the High Noon came out. There it is. Kua is going to go for the High Noon. The DM is out, and Bucket is going to fall. The Kree is now out of the fight. That's a lot of damage removed. The Ball going to go for a slam onto the Ana. He's going to try and, you know, just disrupt that Ana to prevent her from healing as much as she can. The Diva's low on high ground. The Kree's looking for him. Sklaret is going to hold left side door. That Ana is completely removed. There's no way she can escape from her spawn. As the Primal comes available, we're going to see if he's going to want to pop it. The Mercy falls low, but it doesn't fall at all. The Sleep is going to come through onto the Winston. The Diva, the Pulse Bomb's going to come out. A Shredhead is out of the fight. That's so much sustain gone. Viper's got a pick. Webs is going to follow up onto the enemy Diva, and Kua is going to take down the Kree. Both those respective roles have been diffed. The High Noon becomes available to Kua once again. He's going to try and fend off this Tracer as they cap it out, and Gibraltar is going to go into round 2.
Yeah, and although it is going into round 2, it's not looking really good at all for Luke Moan. This is going to be 1 minute to 3 minutes and 13 seconds, which is not too great if you are Luke Moment right now. I mean that's like pretty much 3 or 4 fights more, and compared to that one fight if you're Luke Moment. I mean after you win that one fight, it's pretty much going to be extra time and overtime. And you're just gonna have to stay on the payload, or you can't even lose one fight. And there's so much more opportunity. If you're strong here, and you know they're looking better as a team as well. And I think they're gonna be able to hold Luke Moment at least for the first point here. And it's not looking good at all.
Yeah, very true. I'm happy they just managed to cap it out, and 1 minute they do have something to work with, so it's not impossible for them to win Gibraltar yet. What do you think about Nutella swapping from the Moira to the Ana?
So the Moira was working. It was working quite decently for them, and you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's what they always say. And the Moira was working perfectly well for for strong here. I mean, look at the difference in time bank, and changing it might be a bit of a dynamic that might be altered and not in the best way, but it does work better with the bull. Because you know it's just more long range healing, and it works better with the Pharah as well because that's just a bit of extra healing for them. But you know, as I said, if it's not broke, there's no need to fix it. But we'll see how it works here, and you know, Nutella just holding back in the backline, trying to get as much healing off as possible. But already a kill onto Viper. Wow.
Yeah, Ku managing to shut him down. He's been getting better at shutting down that Tracer, but you know, the Mercy is going to manage to find the res onto him as Webbs is removed by Booker. The Pharah has demeched the Diva. Now he has so much more space to work with. Azumi has to worry about the free. The Slam comes down. The Defense Matrix managed to eat it. Webbs is going to be removed as Baby Diva, and Treadhead is killed, ending the attack there.
Yeah, and this is just really unfortunate for Luke moment. I mean, that's literally one fight, and they've pretty much lost it here. I mean, that's going to be a really quick steal, and there's not going to be much else. I mean, they do have the monkey, and Scarlet, I assume, is going to try and get to the point as soon as possible. But they're throwing everything they have into this right now, just trying to win this last fight, and a lot of stall. Scarlet has taken to the ball now.
The Nano is going to go onto the Pharah, but I think the writing's on the wall here. You can't do much against the Pharah, but you actually, the Anna says, no, yes you can. You managed to find the sleep. Overtime starting to tick down. The Brig moved to point with that rally, and she's going to be the last bastion of this attack.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work.
Yeah, that was kind of like a. I don't know if that was a C9 since the fight was hardly won, but I think that could have been stalled slightly longer for maybe to allow Scarlet to get onto the point and just stall that for a little bit longer. But as you said, the writing was on the wall by that point, and that was pretty much already lost for Luke moment, and it's looking really awful for them right now because pretty much 3 or 4 fights that they're strong have to win this, and I mean even if they do win the first fight, it's not going to be easy to take that back if you are Luke moment, and I mean if they do win the first fight. I think that'll be a little bit better for Luke moment even because they'll have a little bit of time to regroup and try and get onto the point. I might just be talking about awful things that would never they would never want to happen here, but you know I think that if they were able to regroup and just stall it for a little bit longer here, it could be a bit better because then it could allow more time for the cart to be pushed back, and I mean obviously they're going to try and hold it as close as they can, but you know, I'm just, you know throwing some ideas into the air, and the classic soft dive kind of thing on the defense here, which you tend to see quite a lot in Gibraltar. Either that or the double bubble. You never really see brawl because there's just too much high ground. It's because it would just be awful to go brawl here, and we can see that again, and yet again the ball coming through from strong as we expected.
Yeah, we're gonna see DJ Level try and take that left side off angle as Nano on the Diva is trying to contest bridge. The Tracer's on that high ground. She might find a triple. Oh, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Who managed to find a pick onto the Genji, and now that's a pick the defending team has over the attack now. They might want to go aggressive here and try and push out, but I think the res came through. I didn't quite see that in the kill feed, so I'm not too sure. But, you know, the dive comes through. Faith and Kua is going to find a pick onto both supports. They are now have very little healings. Viper's going to try and answer that with his own pick onto the Ana. She goes low, but she's going to drop himself into the support of her other Brig. And that's the attack over. They're going to have to regroup and reset.
And that was a really nice hold from the DPS of Luke moment there. I mean, both Kua and Faith just popped off there, getting 2 picks each, I believe. And I mean, it's still going to be a push forward for Strong Heron. Are they going to be able to C9? No, they're not going to C9 here.
Oh.
Stalling the point, 0.42. Oh my god, that's close.
Not even close, but as that little rigmarole on point comes through, Skrarek is going to die to the enemy main tank. Booker on point, trying to make something happen, try and get a pick onto the tank maybe. The pulse comes through and it doesn't find much, but you know, Booker with the deflect onto the McCree, the only person contesting, and there's map 1. Strong are going to take it.
Yeah, and that was kind of the opposite of what we were saying at the start of this map. I mean, we kind of were leaning towards the side of Luke moment, and they did play really quite well, but it was just a bit of a team diff, to be honest. I mean, no one on either side played better than the other, and sorry, no, like personally played better than the other. I think the DPS is quite fair. If anything, I mean, Luke moment's DPS were playing slightly better. I mean, Koa and Faith were both getting at least 1 or 2 picks per fight each, and just a bit more coordination and maybe a comp diff as well because DJ everyone on that ball just played really well, being able to push everyone off the point, push everyone into your team where they belong in the grave, and I mean it's just well played from both teams really.
Yeah, I quite a great performance coming out there. We've managed to see, you know, Luke Moment making this competitive, managing to fully cap out Gibraltar, which is something we haven't seen against Strong so far in this tournament. Trust me, I would know. I played against Strong just a few days ago and I got destroyed. It was a hard main tank diff. I know that this Wrecking Ball is a great player, and you can really struggle to find someone to latch onto to remove from this comp. So honestly, well played to Luke Moment there.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine how difficult it would be to play against this ball composition of Strong. It's just so fast paced. You just can't regroup. You have no time to do anything, and they're already inside your team, and they're already taking half your team out. And Booker also being able to flex quite well, going onto the Pharah a bit, going onto the McCree, but playing Genji at the end. And although they were taken out by Kua at the start of that first push from Strong, they played really quite well in the Pharah. And their Kree wasn't too bad either. I do think that their Pharah, from what I've seen so far, is their strong point right now. But it's looking good for both teams. I think I'm not gonna put all my eggs in either basket here. I think that it could go either way at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, very, very true. And we're going to be going into Busan here. A bit of a weird schedule change up, seeing the payload on map 1 and then going on to Busan, a control map for map 2. Do you think we'll see any differences in compositions coming into this?
On this side of Strong, I really don't think that we're going to see any changes. I mean, DJ Evil playing well on the ball, and I don't think that you should really change that since they were playing really well. And as you said, they're a bit of a ball specialist, and we did see that in the first round, in the first map, and I don't think changing that would be really beneficial for them. And yep, as I implied and as I expected, we're going to see that ball again. Pretty much the same comp from them. No, sorry, exactly the same comp from them. I'm having Booker on the far, Viper on that Tracer, and Viper was really popping off. And I'm from the side of Luke moment, pretty much the same comp as well, except we're going to see Faith on the sim here. What do you think of that?
Um, I think it's going to be just for rollout purposes, but
Mhm.
we see over and over again that I don't think Sim, the rollout, is worth it because, look, you've got to watch the Symmetra walk back to spawn and swap. That's just extra time that you need for this rollout. They're going to take this
Yeah.
side? Any kind of positional advantage to that?
I mean, I'm not really sure. It just puts you in a smaller room, and that's good for Booker considering they're playing Pharah. And obviously that's pretty much going to be a fight win considering that their main support is already taken out there, and obviously they're going to pull back and maybe go for a bit of a compositional change. I'm not sure. Maybe discuss stuff with the team, or they're just regrouping here. And look at that old charge from Booker. That's 50% already. That's comparing even more than what Shredhead has, and that's from an Arna's perspective. And Arna does charge out really quickly and going for the same rotation here. I'm not sure if that's the best, but they're gonna proceed on to point there. Going for Nutella, not gonna get taken out yet, but Scarlet is already gonna go down. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the peel coming out from Nanoth there is just going to really struggle to dive as a Winston. The ball is won, but unfortunately, Kua just managed to miss that last shot. That's very unfortunate. The Farm Mercy hanging up top. The Diva's going to try and contest it, but not much can be done. Oh, the Flashbang comes out onto Viper. He has now been removed entirely. That's a lot of, flank damage being gone. The Hainu's going to come out. He's going to find a pick onto the Ana as the Diva eats the sleep. Destined for this McCree. That Nano is going to provide so much value now. The Diva is going to try and shut him down, but on 1 HP, there's not much you can do. He managed to eat that last shot and trying to find his way onto him. He gets one, but Kua the Brig's going to come in and just save Kua from dying there. He's going to try and battle out this Mercy. The bubble comes out and so does the Barrage, but the Barrage gets shut down as well as Kua, who is just removed now. The cap comes through and this fight is won for Luke Moment.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure why Booker used their ultimate there in the form of Aurora. I was trying to go for the heroics, but it did not work out. As of course, Luke maybe got the point, but Strong have 50%, 55% to be precise and be specific. But on an ult perspective, there are going to be 4 ults going through from Strong, and only one or two, maybe three if Kua can charge up that high noon in time from the side of Luke Moment. So this is definitely going to be leaning towards the side of Strong here. And already a Possum coming through. Not going to find anything. Viper getting low though.
He's going to recall because he did worry for his safety there. The Pulse Bomb of his own is going to come out onto Nutella. Nutella's going to find that nano onto, I think, Booker it is. As he's going to go deep, Kua is going to be taken out and the barrage comes through. He's going to do a lot of damage to himself as Sclaret just takes out Booker from that barrage. A very dangerous ult to use. Viper now going big. He's going to try and get as much tracking onto this Winston as much as possible, but he's not finding much. The Diva is alive, but, you know, when you're inside 4 other people, there's the melee that's going to finish Webs off. The Primal's going to try and stall out as much as possible, but I think it's lost here for Luke Moment.
Yeah, and Luke Moment, as you said, pretty much have lost now with Faith going down there. Just a bit of a stall, trying to get as much percentage on the point as they can, since this is leaning towards them. Still, they are gaining a lot of percentage, but they're definitely going to have lost this fight unless they can somehow like 2 CP them or something like that, which is very unlikely. But that's a lot of percent. That's literally 10% they've gained while stalling that out, and that's not going to look great for Strong. But Strong are going to come into the next fight with 4, maybe 5, considering how fast Booker has been talking up their ult. And you know, this is definitely leaning towards Strong yet again. But we never know what we can see from Luke Moment. They've been very surprising throughout this point so far. But already a bomb going through, that's going to be big. No, it's not.
But that is, and like you said, Booker with that barrage manages to charge it up just for that last thing. Wait, did he find 5 there? My god.
I believe he did, and
there's
you know,
6.
although the Diva bomb didn't find anything, that zoned out the whole of Luke Moment so much and allowed Booker to go in for that barrage and pretty much get 5 or 6 kills as they did. And Booker's literally been charging up 1 ultimate per fight, which is incredible. I mean, 4 charges are all quite quick, but they're already on 22%, and that's going to be the point gone.
What a very good attack coming out there, but I mean, they've shown that Luke Moment are very good at stalling and ticking up that percentage. I think they lost the fight at around 50% and it ended up, you know, leaving off at 80. That's a lot of percentage points that Luke Moment gained there. So I kind of think if Luke Moment, you know, just abuse the objective as much as they possibly can, they might start winning a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible, considering, you know, Overwatch, of course, is a objective and a capture game where you need to get onto the point, and that's the basis of the game. But we're going to see Kua flexing onto this Sombra here, which is quite interesting, and Shredhead is going to go into the Moira instead of an Ana. So we're pretty much going to be, we're going to be seeing a Korean rush here from the side of Luke Moment, and a brawl now from the side of Strong.
An EU special, some would say. We're going to see a little bit of a battle of the metas as the, you know, Luke Moment just giving so much space to DJ Level. He's going to go really deep onto the Moira. He's just, in fact, I think about 6 people went onto that Moira into the enemy team spawn. The Immortality is going to come available to Nutella and he's going to place it down. The May falling really low. She's going to get hacked up, so that's a lot of survivability removed from her, but he's going to get healed up and move back into the battle. She goes low, but he's going to run on that Lucio as much as he possibly can, but the Lucio manages to get away. The Winston's going to put down Bubble and fall down into the lower sections of Busan, and by the looks of it, you know, Strong are just going to cap out.
Yeah, but, you know, Luke Moon have pretty much entirely regrouped here, but Scarlet already going down. The feed there, wow, okay. Oh, this is not looking too great for Luke Moon. They're pretty much going to have to retreat now with their main tank going down. They're going to go for pretty much like a soft regroup. I don't know what it will really be called, but it's going to allow the whole of Strong to push onto them, and an EMP does come through there, though.
Yeah, it's going to find 2, one onto Nutella and one onto Nano. Both the ends are absolutely gone, but I mean, when you've got DJ Level, I should say, you know, just pinning into that Winston, there's the fight over. I'm not a massive fan of that EMP they used there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the greatest, but they are changing onto May there, so that was a change ultimate as opposed to kind of a waste. And they're going to be changing onto the Brawl here, but a window coming through there from Strong there.
By the looks of it, they're going to try and go left. That's a lot of ults they used in a defense that wasn't even being attacked.
Yeah, and they're just going to be having to retreat now with Faith going down and Primo being pushed really hard onto now, and there's not much they can do. They're just trying to regroup here, and Strong is not having any of it. They're just trying to push as hard as they can onto the whole of Luke Moment, but a hard push going through from the oh my, the cast doesn't find anything though.
Yeah, it's managed to get blocked actually. The beat is going to come available and Webbs is going to get pinned into the enemy team. But I mean, that's the enemy team. DJ Level should surely die here. He's going to swung at by the Reinhardt. Webbs is going to be the person to take him out, but the Diva Bomb comes through and he's going to find a pick onto Shred's head, and the remake is going to take out Webbs entirely. And I think that's the fight.
Oh. Yeah, this does look like a fight one, but there's not many people remaining on either side. But Kua finding quite a lot of picks here. It looks like Luke Moment are going to find the opportunity to push onto the point now, and with Nutella going down, that's so much less healing to the side of Strong. That's a really big pick.
I think the Diva's going to get booped off. No, she managed to find her way back up. The Reinhardt is just shielding on point. He's got that Lucio, his one and only bodyguard, but without a shield, it's not going to be enough. Scarrett is actually going to get pinned, and because of the wall that comes up, it's going to get taken out. Kua in the backline finds a man to pick onto Lucio with that high noon. He knows what time it is, and Faith is going to finish off the Diva. 99% to 0.
Just a remake bomb coming through at the end, and you know that's maybe, I don't know if that's a waste because of course it is used to remake, but it was at the end of the fight. They probably could have somehow found that remix somewhere, but it's bad to risk that, and I do understand why they did use that bomb to remake. And we're gonna have 2 ults coming through from Luke Moment in this next fight, and 3 from Strong. So this is gonna be a difference, and in Ultimates, and already quite a few people getting low on the side of Strong. But Nanook finding Kua.
Oh yeah, just like you said, one of those 3 ultimates is going to be Shatter. He managed to find 2 picks onto it, and I think Luke Moment is actually going to win off of that. NHHX is going to be on the Lucio, he's going to amp up and try and take out this baby Diva, but he's going to struggle a little bit. Skylight's going to get taken down by Nanook. The off tank is putting in wet, you know, energy, but Nanook is going to get taken out by the looks of it. Kree, he's taking an off angle. He's going to get solo shattered surprisingly and pinned, but I don't know if the pin missed or the beat came through, but he's still alive and I don't know where he is. Webbs is going to take out Nanook finally after leaving him alive for just a little bit too long, and Luke Moments are going to win out that fight.
Yeah, and that was all onto the beat, I think. I mean, that was such an insanely great beat from Diffco, or I don't know how to pronounce that here, but that was so nice because it didn't allow the pin to come through onto Kura, and Kura is of course one of the more carrying players of Luke Moment, and that's such a nice beat, saving so many people there. But already a window and a high noon playthrough from both sides.
Yeah, there's a high noon, and it's protected by the immortality. The cap is going to come through. It's now in the possession of Strong. The Diva Bomb from Strong is going to come out. Diva is trying to contest on that sideline to make sure that overtime doesn't go to 0. The main tech is going to be completely removed from Luke Moment. Sclaret is out of the fight, but one of the DPS, Viper, has been killed by Webbs. Faith is going to get taken out by Nanook, so that's both DPS for Luke Moment gone. Webbs is going to get demexed. Sclaret is going to swap over to the ball to try and come back and recontest, but Diffcol, the only person left on point at the moment, is going to get taken down pretty swiftly. But by the looks of it, yeah, there he goes. DJ Level is going to get taken out just about, and Sclaret is going to be the only person on point, is just going to get removed. The map goes to Strong.
This is such a quick composition from Strong. I mean, it shows the power of it because, like, literally after you've won a fight, if you're Luke Moment, the whole of Strong goes straight back onto the point as if they were never gone, and it's incredible how fast they can regroup. Of course, like, it's both down to composition and the kind of level of play that we're looking at, and we can see the level of play here with this incredible ult coming through from Booker. I mean, Booker was pretty much carrying the team the whole of that game, and with the composition carrying them as well. It was well played, and that's just down to maybe a coaching advantage or like a decision making advantage, but looking really strong here as their name suggests.
Some brilliant wordplay coming out from Hex right there.
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't think that joke has been made or ever will be made in this tournament ever after. But what you said is the truth. Strong are looking very dominant so far. It's currently 2-0 to Strong. If they win this next map, that's going to be the match over. Luke Moment are going to take their first loss of this tournament, and Strong are just going to win another series.
Yeah, and if Strong do take this next map, they're yet still not going to have lost one map in the whole of this tournament, which is really quite impressive. I mean, considering that we have quite a lot of good teams in the tournament, and not losing even one map to them is crazy. And of course, Luke Moment now on like their 3rd loss of the current season of the tournament, and you know, it's not looking great. And you know, I think it's a bit of a mental issue for them because they do seem to be a strong team. They seem to be quite be able. They do seem to like. They have ideas of what they want to do, but Strong aren't having any of it. they're just dominating so much with both their competition and the players. And as I said earlier, it's just a bit of a team diff here.
Very much. Yes, I do agree with you, but I do think it's possible for Luke Win to, Luke Moment to get at least one win on this
Hmm.
match scoreboard, and I really do think that King's Row might be the map to get it. Yes, the Pharah has an advantage on this map. Yes, the Wrecking Ball also has an advantage on this map, but do you think it's winnable if they use that default brawl with the Reinhardt Diva?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. This is definitely a lot less kind of a Bull-based map. I mean, although Bull is reasonably strong, Brawl is a lot stronger on this kind of map because, that's the kind of comp that teams generally default to if they don't really know what to play in, and that must mean something. I mean, considering how many teams tend to play in every single elo you can imagine, it means that it has to be a good comp, and I'm not sure if the Bull is going to be able to take that down, but Viper's changed onto the Widow here. I assume that's going to be trying to get one pick and change back off and they do change now as we can see onto the Ashe.
Onto the Ash. Probably going to get that pocket off to the Nurse. Actually, no, like, what am I saying? Of course they're going to put that pocket onto the Booker, the Pharah,
Hmm.
already at 30%. Nobody
Wow,
else has higher than him.
that's quite impressive, but a lot of damage, going
A
through.
lot
Wow.
of damage. I think that was a 5-man anti-nade coming out from Nutella, the Ana for the attacking team. What a great displacement by the Wrecking Ball and, Booker as well.
Yeah, and that was insane. I did not expect anything like that to happen. That was incredible how quickly the whole team of Luke Moment got melted down. And that's down to so much damage that they do have here. I mean, they have the Diva which can pump in a lot of damage at close range. They have the Bull which can also pump in a lot of damage at close range, both through the Gatling guns and also from the pile drive and the Booper with the fireball that they get. And you have the Far, of course, and the Ashe dynamite, but a really hard push going through. Change onto the Korean rush for the side of Luke Moment, but it's not going to work here. It's really not going to work.
Mm. I mean, the only person that can currently rush down, well, actually nobody is difficult. The Lucio has been removed. We're going to see Booker on this flank. Oh, he managed to find a pick onto Kua. That Mercy damage boost coming in clutch, managed to take out the Sombra. And now that they've got 2 picks, make that 3, the Wrecking Ball's just going to go as aggro as he can, and he's just going to, mop up this team.
Yeah, and I don't understand what Luke Moment can do more. I mean, they're doing everything they can, but Strong is so dominant here, and it's both down to the composition and the way that they're playing. They're playing well. They're knowing when to rush in. They're knowing when to be defensive, and the ball is just incredible. I mean, it's an interesting composition that you don't really tend to see a ton with the ball diva, but obviously it works really well if you know how to play it. Because I mean, Luke Mona came into every comp that they can think of, and nothing is working here. And they're going for rotation onto the high ground, trying to push DJ level off the high ground, and it does work. But a bomb's gonna come through from Strong here.
That strong Diva Bomb is going to be, not find much, but Sclaret is going to get remake killed. The Bucket does have that barrage available to him if he wants to use it, but unfortunately, by the looks of it, he's just going to get taken out by webs. Manok. Oh my god! Faith managed to find a 2-man pick onto both the Ana and Viper on that Ashe. The rest is going to come through onto Booker, so that's a Far Mercy back in the battle. I don't think this fight is winnable for the moment. I'm a bit confused as to what's happening at the moment, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a brawl, but a lot of area denial coming through from Strong here.
That mine's just providing so much area denial, like you said. It's going to make it really difficult for the Luke Moment to be able to defend this match. As I say that, the EMP is going to come through. It's going to find a pick onto the Nano. Off the back of that EMP, Faith's going to take out that Diva mech. The Diva is going to follow soon after Shredhead is going to use that Coalescence to take him out. Slayer is going to fall to Viper, and Booker takes a pick onto Kua. Unfortunately, the entirety of the defense is just going to get picked apart by Strong here. 4 minutes 30 on point C.
Wow, that was incredibly played from Strong. I didn't think that was really winnable for them, but Viper came in with the Bob, and that pretty much saved their team because Bob pretty much, I think, took out 2 in that fight, and that's really quite impressive. And I mean, there's nothing that, as I've been saying, all of this map, there's nothing that the Luke Moment can really do. I mean, they're playing quite a good comp, but it just doesn't really work against this Bull because Bull is just so quick, and And a beat does come through, an aggressive beat there from Luke Moment.
Well, he's going to have to be quick, as that beat is going to provide a lot of value. Sclaretta is going to take that beat and just go as aggressive as he can. He's going to find a pick onto the main healer, off Nutella. The Fire is going to find it low and very difficult because Webs is going to be on his back, defense matrixing that, the barrage and taking him out eventually. Webs is going to fall to Viper. The res is going to attempt to come through, but the hack coming out from Kua there, what a star player for Luke Moment, is going to deny that res and take him out. Faith is going to clean up the Ash as, they return to point to try and clean up this Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, and this does look like it's going to be a fight one for Luke Moment finally, but you never know what could happen for Strong. They've already pretty much entirely regrouped and they're ready to push in yet again, and this is so quick, so quick pushes with this ball, and they pretty much win every fight. I mean, that's kind of a fight one for Luke Moment, I guess, but a lot of error now yet again coming through from those mines, and it's not going to allow Luke Moment to do much, and the Bob Boss coming through, going to put a lot of damage, pump a ton of damage into the backline. That's a big boot from Luke Moment here.
Yeah, very much so. With Lucio and Winston out of the match, from that D.Va bomb. The D.Va bomb's going to come through, but I don't think it's going to find much. The res comes onto Viper as the Mercy tries to escape, but Kua's going to try and chase him down, manages to TP out, but when you're out, you can't touch, I'm afraid. He wouldn't have been able to do much with 1 HP, but...
Yeah, I mean, that did not look easy for Luke Moment anyway, and that's quite a decent time bank. I mean, Luke Moment did really drain that down quite a lot from like 4 minutes 30 coming into the last point there, and I mean that's quite impressive to be able to take that down by like 2 minutes, maybe 1.5 minutes minimum, and that's not too bad from them. I mean, as we were saying earlier, they're good at holding and contesting these points as they've been doing pretty much all game, but that's not really enough if you're playing against a team like Strong, and it's kind of working as in draining down the time bank, but it's not working enough really, and they're gonna come back in with a bit of a brawl here. They're gonna be playing the D.Va, of course, as it's really meta at the moment with this brawl, and we're gonna see the BAP. We haven't seen BAP from Shredhead yet, and what do you think of that? I mean, do you think this is a good change from the Ana and the Moira as they've been playing in the rest of this series?
I don't mind it. I do like it a bit more than the Ana, because Strong has been using... You talk about their damage, but what hasn't really been mentioned in both times that this team has been streamed is that they're using their quick mobility as a weapon. They go in really quickly, focus one target down. Usually that is the support. Maybe the Baptiste is a bit more survivable with that immortality field, and maybe he can react to their speed a bit easier.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's really quite true, because it's just so fast paced, and being able to have the coordination to focus down one target is impressive, and obviously Strong can do that, and having the Baptiste just denies that with the MO, but already a pick from Booker, that's incredible.
Yeah, they're going to turn off Lucio's beatboxing, and he is gone for this fight. Without that speed and without a shield, that shield is very low. Booker is just going to find a lot of damage in as he just, shoots them from around this corner. Uncontestable.
Yeah, and another pick coming through from Booker. This is what the 4K coming through, and they're gonna have to get that fifth. No, Nano's gonna
Nano, what are you doing,
what are you doing? That's denying a really great opportunity for Booker, but of course it's fine. I'm sure Booker is happy with that 4K, and they're gonna have their ult already. That's crazy. That literally one fight and they already have their ultimate. That's the power of the Forest. So much damage into the backline, and we can see that from the 4K there. And I assume they are gonna try and use the barrage in this fight and charge it up for the next fight. And it looks like they're gonna be setting themselves up for one here. And no, they're not gonna go for one here.
The immortality is going to come through to save victory, but I mean, you don't need immortality for the barrage. If the barrage isn't going to come through, Faith is going to go into the backline trying to find a pick onto the Ash. He's going to TP back to point and join his Reinhardt there. The Mercy kind of, diddling about in the back, but she's going to regroup with his team. I think they're going to go for the recontest soon enough. There it is. The Wrecking Ball's going to touch point with the Wrecking Ball mines. He's going to roll away just a little bit as the anti comes onto Splaret, but no value is going to come from that as he managed to just get healed up. Booker back in the fight. He has that barrage available to him. He's going to go deep. He's going to go take the nano. He's going to go for this Kree. Like in statue, the defense matrix is going to come through, but you know, once it's come through, it's gone. And there's the barrage comes through. He's going to try to pick onto Webbs. Webbs is out of the battle now. The Reinhardt and the Baptiste are the last bastions on point.
Yeah, and
And
Wells
there
going for
it
that
is.
classic tactic of throwing yourself straight into a Pharah when they are using their barrage to try and kind of get yourself demeched and also killing the Pharah. But because Booker was nanoed, it didn't work at all, and I think that was a bit of a something that Webbs didn't really consider there, and they just died. I mean,
Mm.
nothing really happened. They just got killed by that barrage there, and so much damage with that nanoed Pharah. I mean, that's plus 50% damage, and with that barrage, that's just insane. That's pretty much enough to take out a full team without any other damage coming in, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be a quick push in. Coming through from Luke Luke moment here, and already, oh my god.
Oh, the ball is going to go down, but by the looks of it, the flashbang is going to come out just to shut him down just a little bit. The Bob is going to get taken out by Kua on that high noon, just after he found a pick onto the mech of D.Va. Faith helping his DPS counterpart by cleaning up that baby D.Va and disallowing him from getting that mech back and rejoining the fight. Kua going to find a nice flashbang onto the ball, but unfortunately he's just going to get rezzed again by the mercy of Strong. He's back in the fight, but he goes low. He's going to go use his shield and try and get out by the looks of it. Faith trying to get some value here, but 99.5% is going to be difficult for the Strong to come back in. I
Yeah, no,
say that, but I
my
didn't notice
god,
like 6 of them on point.
crazy. I mean, Strong is looking so incredibly dominant here. And it's also kind of down to Booker, because Booker is doing so much. I mean, they're charging pretty much one, even two ults per fight, and it's crazy DJ level as well, doing a lot in the backline. And they are gonna have that zoning out here with the mines, and that's gonna be good to then a point as they do here already, and the bomb coming through as well.
Very interesting tactic coming out. The remake is going to take half of Sclaret's health bar gone, and Booker is just, you know, doing what Booker does, which is getting 2 picks and then not even caring about it, returning to his team and making sure that they win out King's Row.
Oh, that's crazy, and is that already a
That's
game win
I
for?
believe so. That was a 3-0 victory. Best of
Wow.
5, that's it.
Yeah, best of five. That's crazy, and Booker does deserve this player of the game yet again with these crazy barrages that they're getting. This isn't even a barrage, but it's just so much damage. And take a look at that ult charge. That's literally gone from 50 to already 80 now, and nearly 90 already in literally. That's gonna be an ult already from 50 to literally one ult in a few seconds, and that's absolutely mental from afar. I mean, it shows the high level of gameplay that we're looking at here, and yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, very much so. Strong really did just, you know, manage to pick apart the enemy team. A really
Mhm.
decisive victory coming out there.
Yeah, I mean, completely, and that was so incredibly dominant. And as we've been saying, as we've been saying, all of the series from Strong, and they've been looking crazy good. And if I was a team in this league, I would not be excited to face up against them because they're looking crazy good. And I'm sure that every single other team in this tournament is terrified of them. And as we were saying at the start of this series, Luke Moment is one of the stronger teams in the tournament, and being able to 3-0 one of the maybe strongest team in the tournament who's only lost one map in the whole of the tournament, and being able to 3-0 that is like as easy as anything else in the world. It feels like just playing on a new level. It's crazy.
Mm. Well, we are going to get an interview with one of the players from Strong soon enough, but until then, make sure you stick around for that interview. We'll be right back. hello and welcome back. We now have a interview with Viper, the DPS player from Strong. He played a bit of Tracer and a bit of Ash towards the end. Um, First off, congratulations on your win against Luke Moment here. Quite a
Yeah,
nice
thank you.
victory.
Yeah, thank you.
We've asked some questions. Now, a certain person called VMHHX is going to ask who is the best Mercy and who is the best Moira.
Who's the best Mercy? Like you want in the league or in the tournament?
Oh no, in the tournament.
And the tournament, to be honest, like my support, like Max.
Yeah.
I don't know why he asked this question.
Yeah, he
And for
did.
the Moira, we have Nutella. He's actually good. He kind of flicks for us now. He used to play Mesh a lot, but he play now Moira, and he's really good at Moira and Ana also, as you've seen in the tournament.
Mm.
Yeah.
I hear a bit of an accent there. Is Strong an Arabic team?
Yes, it's an Arabic team,
Ah,
but
okay.
like it's from different country, But it's from Middle East based.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually have a question for you. About the game today. Do you think it was like mainly a DPS diff? Because of course both you and Booker really popped off a lot in the game, and do you think that that was like the main reason why you were winning, or do you think it's just down to kind of your team composition or your team synergy as a whole?
To be honest, it was the tank diff. To be honest, because our tank opened us space, so we can like improve ourselves. We are better DPS, but like especially if our tank give us space, we can do a lot. As a DPS duo.
Mm.
And when they give us the space, we popped off. To be honest, like
Yeah,
thanks
definitely.
for our tank. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, a
was
lot of the
tank.
time, I do find that kind of DPS diffs or DPS
Yeah,
carries are mistaken for tank or healer carries because,
yeah,
well, when you're given that space, it's so easy to pop off. As both your tanks are really incredible at the game.
yeah. They are really good.
Hmm.
Mm. I think we've asked this question to someone on your team before, but how do you think is the best way to counter your team style?
The double flanker, but like to be honest, that last game when they played double flanker, they weren't that good. Maybe they don't know how to play the meta or the double flanker meta, so they couldn't like counter us with it.
Mm.
And we are used to play like against double flanker, so we're used to it how to counter it. So we played a lot and against double flanker, so we get used to it. So when you get used to it, it's gonna be easy, to counter them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, being able to get all that space is really great. And what do you think of the composition your team plays? Because it's not the most kind of classic comp that you tend to find in any rank really. And do you think that's one of the main reasons why you win? Because of course earlier on in the interview you did say that one of the main reasons why you're able to pop off is because your tanks just make a lot of space.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, like because if you have like a space, it's gonna be easy to pop off, and especially when you have like two dive heroes. I mean, like Ball and Diva, they can counter ult, they can eat ult. They can open space, they can get counter fast. If they have okay, they can counter Ball, but you have a DPS and the backline can support the front line. So we basically plan everything before we go. Before we start the fight, we just like said what we can use in this fight, what like we shouldn't use. So before we fight, we like think about it. So when we're in the middle of fight, we don't like say anything. We just set the target and we follow the target. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think.
mean your coordination is really impressive. Just being able to focus down one target
Yeah.
is quite difficult in a really intense competitive situation.
Yeah, it's really hard. We like start like scrimming like a lot, like 4 scrims in a week, so we get used to it. When we hear a target, we just like switch target to like a weak target. If he uses
Mm.
ability, we just switch on him because he can't do anything without the ability. Like as a Moira, when Moira's fed, you have to dive the Moira because she can't do anything. She can't run away from the competition.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Moira, towards the end you started swapping towards Anna instead of the Moira. Is there
Yeah.
any specific reason about that?
We used to play Moira, but we tried to play Ana because we're gonna see like if can we give the Nana for the Boker so Boker can pop off more. If he middle of the barrage, it's gonna be easy to barrage, and kill more, and he can do more damage.
Mm.
That's why we just chose Ana. There's no specific reason for other than that.
And to be fair, it did work. Your Farah got like a 4K every other
Yeah,
fight and really
yeah.
did pop off. So well played to Booker there. And
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
But don't forget about Nanook. He pop off also. He like every time when Poker uses an ult, he just matrix him. That's really good. You know,
very true.
without matrix, he
Yeah.
can die fast. Yeah.
Yeah, so much peel on your team as well from
Mm.
pretty much every hero from the DPS to the supports and even of course your tanks, and D.Va's really important for that. Being able to eat ults is really incredible because it's just going above and beyond as what a D.Va player is expected to do.
Yeah, true.
I think we have one last question from chat. Do you think you will win the league and why, coming from DJ level?
We have a chance to win the league. Okay, we haven't faced any strong team against us right now. But like maybe in the future we can find we can get against like good teammate. They can like troll us and fuck up. You know, like the other team we played against them. There is no specific win or lose. We don't know the future. You know,
Yeah.
so we hope we can win.
Mm. Well, good luck with that. I think we're going to round off the interview there and end the stream quite soon. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and thanks for playing and coming to this interview, Mr. Viper.
Yeah,
And
thank you for having me, also.
we'll see you later. Bye.